welcome back to the channel. Continuing on from the last episode, the mudguard up on the bench and the tail light. I've actually taken the tail light apart, so primarily so I can give this actually a clean up. I've done a little bit with Autosol. Actually very simple to actually take apart. So you've basically got two screws that hold the front, and then behind the rubber cover there's another three screws, one in each corner, one at the bottom that holds that in place. So that's now in pieces, so I can actually give, as you can see, straight. It just needs a light going over, so I've done it with a bit of Autosol just to see how it came up. I'll run it under the buffing wheel, just give it a light buff. And then, as you remember, I've showed you the mudguard, so we need to clean that and just get it up to a nice finish. So there's the tail light in bits, so again laid out, so the two screws that hold the lens, and then the three screws, the smallest one at the bottom fits in that hole, one there, and that fits into the back. So I've done a little on that one, we've got that side to go. And as you remember, give this paintwork a clean. I've got some medium cutting compound and super polymer finish. That's the polish, that's the compound. I'll do it all by hand. I have got a machine that does it, but say I just want it bringing up a nice clean finish. That's probably better compared with that. So first job already rigged up is we'll just run this under and just give it a clean, and then I'll probably finish that off with some Belgium alu, which is like a wax polish, so to give it a coating and protect it. Again, probably these brackets, I'll probably strip them back, give them a coat of paint. That one should clean up, and see if we've got some spare in our collection to actually replace some of these because they're quite rusty. But no, overall I think going well. Right, so let's get this cleaned up. So it's not too bad for the first run through. I probably won't go much more than that. Now I've just got that side to do. So that's the end result. So let's get this put back together, and then we can work on the mudguard. So first of all, I just want to give this a quick wipe over. And just make sure it's all clean. that's it, basically done. Right, mudguard. I'm going to give it a wipe over first, just to get some of the dirt out, and then we'll go in with the polish and the compound, then the polish. Right, so that's giving it a wash down. Gone through the inside as well. So that's the back section where the tail light goes, middle section, front section that you don't really see. So I'm going to go over with the cutting compound. I might actually bring the machine out. I don't know whether to do it by hand or not. A little bit of dirt I missed. And we'll see how this comes up. So I don't want to go too mad on it. So it's difficult looking through the lens of the camera. This is obviously showing you, well, what I can see through the lens is white, but actually looking at it with the human eye, it's more cream. Yeah, it's weird. But let me get set up and we'll get this this cleaned up and polished. Right, so I'm actually going to start this by hand, and when it comes to the actual polish, I'm actually going to do that by machine. So that's charging up now. Right, so that's just about it for the actual cutting compound. Has brought a bit of dirt out. So next I'll get the machine ready. This is what I use. So it's battery charged. And we'll put a fresh pad on for the actual polymer polish. Right, so I've got one of them partly charged, they are taking a while. So, Velcro pad. Slight dampening of water. So I'm going to start on this section first. know it's difficult to see in this light, but that is starting to come up. So I'll continue on and get that all finished. That is the finished article. It's still got a hint of cream in it, but I say it is looking more and more white. But when you compare it to that, we'll do the tank as well. But no, it's come out really, really well. So I'll give it another final finish when it's actually back in the bike. It'll be a lot easier. So next job, we'll start getting this back together, get the tail light back in place, and all the brackets and bolts, see if we can replace any of them. Right, gently slide that back in place. So we'll get the bolts that hold this one in. That's the first one in place. Go to the second one, so I can get the back ones. So that's the first two. I'll get these two in, and then we can get the tail light over and then the bracket over the top. So that's one in. Behind it, right, for the second one. behind that, so they've got to be tightened. Pull the wire for the tail light through so we can get that connected, and we get the clamp there as well. So what I've got to do is just line these holes up, clean these bolts up, and that clamp sits behind. Right, so now I can get the bracket installed. Alright, so I'll get some spanners out, get them tight. And the other thing I had to remember was obviously this clamp, put that back in place. So I've just got to tighten those up, but it's looking much better. Our last job today will be get that rectifier installed down there. And I can get the wires from underneath coming up the back and connecting to it. Right, so all the nuts are tight, all of them are cleaned, and that paint has come up really well. Pleased with the tail light. So like I say, last job will actually be install the rectifier on its plate, which attaches to that bottom screw there. Right, so that's where I'm going for. So that's the plate I'm going to be using. Get the first one in. There's a difficult one of trying to actually get your fingers down to get the washer and the nut on. That's the washer. Now we'll go for the nut. Right, so that get some light in there. So that's sitting in there nicely. I've just got to tighten that up, and now I can run the leads down there. So let me get that tightened up, put the leads through. So they'll be connecting to, if you remember, these three, and then that'll be it for today. Right, so you can just about see the leads there. They come up through here. So the rest of the leads, I've just got to work out where they connect to in here. Just got to tighten that. I'm struggling to get to the actual bottom nut. Can't get a spanner on it, can't get a socket in there either, so I may have to go in from that one there in the back of the mudguard. No, overall pleased with how the mudguard's come out. It's come out really well. Still got the tank to do, still got the front mudguard to do. Again, that's 2, 4, that's 5 bolts holding that in place. Triumph did like securing things. But no, I think that will do for today. We'll continue on in the next episode. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. I say it's all the little jobs that need to be done. That's made a big difference. That rear end looks really, really good. So we need to slowly work through. I've got to adjust the chain and then we can start moving forward. I'll have a look on the other side as well, give that a quick clean up. Like I say, we can work through. This tank will need to be redone, give that a polish up, and obviously this front mudguard needs to come off as well. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So there's not that much left actually to do electrics. As I said earlier, I'm going to do that in one episode and just connect everything, test everything through and find out if everything works properly. I've just got the regulator to just bolt in and then move forward to the front. Like I say, most of this will have to come apart because I need to place one of these gaiters. But no, slowly, surely, ticking off the jobs. Bench is looking nice and empty. I've got to come back to the fuel hose and crimp that. I just need to find out if I've got it in the right place. So that's why it's not still not crimped yet. So I need to do some research on that. Obviously clocks need to install properly. Bulbs actually need to be put into the clocks and we can tie that bit up. As usual, any comments in the comments box below. I appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. They help me out so much, they really do. Good, bad or indifferent, I learn all the time. There's a link to my Facebook page in the description. Pop across there if you want to say hi, show me your projects. I always say that every week, but yeah, more and more people are joining weekly. The following rate is growing at a great rate. It's really good. I'm really pleased. There are links to other videos at the end of the video, and as usual, appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Join me again next time. Cheers. Bye.